Hi everyone, it's Kathryn Stelljes. I'm the owner of the Think Live Be team at Keller Williams Realty The Parks in downtown Orlando, and I'm here with your monthly market update. So we're in the month of September, but we get the stats for the previous month in the month that we're in, which means we're looking at August stats, and that helps us see what are the trends, what direction might we be headed, where have we been, right? The past helps us kind of determine what's the trend line that we're on. So looking at the stats for August, what we're seeing is we had less sales than we did the year before, and down by about 13%. That is seasonally, we see a slowdown start to happen in fall, not normally August. August would still normally be a pretty good month. We did see the number of sales go down from July to August, and again, it's down 13% since last year. So less people are buying homes, and we have more listing available than we have had in a long time. We have over 13,300 listings on the market as of the end of August. However, one trend I want to point out is that the number of listings has been declining month over month for the last 4 or 5 months. And that is because as there's less sales happening and sellers are starting to see that the market has softened. I mean, it has, right? We're not softening, it has softened. That a lot of sellers are deciding to sort of wait and see what happens. And so we're seeing some slowdown in the number of new listings. So even though there's less sales happening, there's also, a slowdown in the increase of listings coming on the market. So we are in what's called a balanced market right now with 5.77 months of available inventory. That's still quite a lot compared to the last 5, even 10 years of sales history in the Orlando area. We haven't been in a market like this for a while. And so what this market is that, a seller puts a price on, a buyer makes an offer. It takes on average 75 days to get closed. Days on market, the average is 75 days. So if you're a seller and you're wanting to get sold this year, you are running out of time with the average days on market being 75. Now, lots of homes in different pockets, homes will sell much faster than that. So it's really location specific. This is the average of the Orlando area. So when you're thinking about selling or buying, you really need to understand this specific market that you're entering into, because 75 days could be actually really quick in the market that you're in. And your expectations might need to be that, hey, if you list today, you might not actually get sold for 6 months because there's just not a lot of buyers. But in order to sell your house, it has to be on the market, right? So if you're in a market that's that slow, you still need to get it on and get things going and look for that buyer that's looking to buy. One thing that we always see at the end of the year, we usually see a peak in sales in December. Those are people that have an urgency to buy before the calendar year ends for tax purposes, relocations, all kinds of things that lead people to want to close by the end of December. So we always see a peak in the number of sales in December. Those people will start to shop for homes probably in October. And so you want to, if you're hoping to get sold this year or in early January, you want to go ahead and get your home listed in October. For buyers, there's plenty of opportunity to go around. We had the lowest interest rate in a year last month, and we're expecting that trend will continue with a little bit lower rates. If you have a need to buy in the next year or two, it may not make sense to just sort of sit and wait to see what happens, because there's no way to time the market exactly right to say, okay, today is the lowest interest rate. There's no way to know that. So if you have a need to buy a home, there's lots of opportunity right now because sellers are feeling that pressure of not having that many buyers compared to years past. And so they're more willing to negotiate on price, credits, repairs, things that in the last 5 or 6 years were a thing of the past. Like sellers were not willing to negotiate or do repairs, and now they are. So it's really an opportune time for buyers to get in there, find a great property, and negotiate. Now, again, it's all location specific. So if you want to buy in a neighborhood that's a really prime location, you might still find competition there. You'll still have a better negotiating position than previous years, but you still may find competition in some of those pockets where the inventory level may be higher than it's been in the past, but it's still low compared to the number of buyers who want to buy there. So it's all about supply and demand, and it's all about your personal decisions in your personal life. If you need to sell or buy, there's never a bad time to do that if your life the things going on in your life mean that you need to make a move, or it would benefit you to make a move, but just talk to us about the specific circumstances to make sure that it's all going to work out in your favor. My number is 407-982-7240. I look forward to talking with you about how you can get your home sold before the end of the year or find that perfect property before the holidays.